Hi, Derek Johnson with Tatango here. We're going to be talking today about creating effective SMS promotions. This is already after the customer has opted into your SMS campaign, and now you're ready to start sending them SMS promotions. So, what do you send them? When do you send those messages? How to structure the messages? We'll cover everything in this webinar. So first, who am I? My name is Derek Johnson, as I said. I am the CEO and founder of Tatango. I've been doing SMS marketing and helping businesses succeed with SMS marketing for the last 7 years. And I've worked with every kind of business, from big to small, running very large campaigns to small campaigns, targeted to very broad. And we're taking all of this experience over the last 7 years and we put it into this webinar. In this webinar, we're going to cover a lot of different topics. I'm going to try to keep it as quick as possible, but even though a message is only 160 characters, a text message, there's a lot of things that go into creating the perfect SMS promotion for your customers. I'm not going to read all these because I'm going to go through them anyway, but I want to give you a kind of an overview of what we're going to be talking about. So let's jump into it and get you sending your first SMS promotion. Let's talk about messaging objectives, because this is the first thing that you have to do. Before typing a message, before sending a message, you have to figure out what your objectives are. And sometimes, if you're the business owner, you'll know what the objectives are for your business. If you're a marketing manager, it's a really good idea to go to your boss or to the owner of the business and say, I have set up an SMS campaign. We're going to do SMS marketing, or we are doing SMS marketing. What are your objectives for text message marketing? Because it's very interesting, because you could be doing one thing, let's say generating leads, but if the person above you, or the person, maybe the CEO of the company, maybe the VP of marketing at the company, if they want to sell products and you're generating leads, well, you're, I bet, doing a really good job generating leads. If the goal is to sell products, then the SMS campaign is not going to be successful no matter what you do. So first thing, and we look right here, we see kind of the blue, that's the thing that matters in our world, is SMS. 46% of mobile marketing objective, these are people in marketing fields, they say the objective for SMS marketing in their business is to sell products and services. Next one down is 43% generate leads. All the other ones, gain insight, drive brand awareness. You can see though, look at sell products, 46%, drive awareness, 32%. For SMS, and what's interesting is look at the mobile app, it's 50-50. SMS has a high variable cost, which means you send a message, it costs you money to send that message, because the wireless carriers charge, the brands and the SMS providers for sending that message. Therefore, if you're going to be charged every time you send a message to your customer, you're going to want to generate revenue. Driving brand awareness is nice, but if you have to pay for it every single time, it gets a little, expensive after a while. Selling products, though, is not expensive. That's when you make money, and hopefully you make more money than the SMS provider is charging you, and that's where you really become, an expert SMS marketer. So let's take from here, sell products is really the number one mobile marketing objective. So taking that, let's say, okay, let's look at the different types of mobile offers that you can, push out to your customers, because we've determined that we want to sell products. So look at all the different ones. There's price-based offers, there's time-sensitive offers, location-based offers, product-based offers, similar product-based offers, and a very general offer intended for the masses. As you can tell, a very general offer intended for the masses does not go over very well from a consumer standpoint. This is a graph of how consumers feel about the messages and what they want from a brand. I'm looking at likely, just because it's really easy. Just don't look at everything else. Look at the blue, chart. 66% want price-based offers. If you're starting out in SMS marketing, or maybe redoing your SMS marketing campaign, let's focus on price-based offers. Let's focus on selling products with price-based offers, because that's the easy one. Let's knock it out of the park, the low-hanging fruit first. Then you can come back and you can start doing time-sensitive offers and location-based offers and product-based. I wouldn't ever advise you to do just general offers intended for the masses, because if you're paying for SMS, let's really focus in and give the customer what they want. So let's focus on price-based offers. So let's break down the different kinds of price-based offers. Now, there's all kinds of price-based offers that you can offer, but based on a survey that Sella did, they found that 3 different price-based offers had, a good percentage of customers wanted them, and enough people that, there was some interesting statistics around which kind of price-based offer customers wanted. So the first one is a BOGO deal. I had no clue what BOGO was a couple of years ago, and I've learned it's buy one, get one. Since then, I've become in love, enamored with BOGO deals. Why? 68% of consumers prefer BOGO deals over any other kind of deal. Why? Well, they say it holds the most value. What is a BOGO deal? Let's look at one on the right-hand side here. Free widget at Steve's store when you purchase one or equal or greater value. Okay, they're buying one, getting one. It's pretty simple. If you're a burger place, buy one burger, get one free. Buy 3 burgers, get one free. I'm pretty sure BOGO also, just in the general concept, you can do things like I just said with the burger. Buy 2 burgers, get one free. Buy 3 burgers, get one free. I think it's the buy one, get something, or buy something, get something, similar kind of concept. So again, 68% of consumers prefer a BOGO deal. So let's quickly review real quick. If you're just diving into SMS marketing and you're looking to send your first message, my advice would be sell your product in the message, offer a price-based offer, and make it a BOGO deal. It's pretty simple, people. Like, with 68% of consumers wanting a BOGO deal and 66% are likely to do some kind of action based off a price-based offer, that should be the first kind of message that you send your customers. And the majority of messages should be focused around this kind of, thought process. Okay, let's look at another one, which is interesting. 68%, this one has 22%. That's a big, big difference. So this is another price-based offer, and it's a percentage off offer. Say that a few times. Okay, so 22% customer preference. Why? The customer said wasn't mentally as appealing. I don't know really what that means, but if the customer thinks it wasn't appealing, I'm not going to do it as much. So let's look at the right-hand side. 50% off your next widget purchase at Steve's store. It's a really easy offer to structure. It's just 10%, 20% off, 30% off. You don't need to have like a rocket science degree to figure out how to structure a percentage off discount. The problem is only 22% of customers would prefer percentage off compared to the others. Okay, remember we had 68 for BOGO, 22 for percentage off, 6% customer preference for free with purchase. Why? Customers for items that held little value. So the thing that you're giving for free, in the customer's mind, they think it holds little value. Let's look at it. Free widget, so they think the widget doesn't have very much value. At least that's what we're hearing from the customers. This is from a Sell It survey. With every purchase of $50 or greater at Steve's store. Again, I'm just telling you what the customer wants and is more likely to initiate some kind of interaction with your company or make a purchase based on the statistics. 68% want BOGO or prefer BOGO deals. 22% want a percentage off, and 6% prefer a free with purchase. Now, this does not mean that every single message needs to be a BOGO deal. This means, I think, from the experience I've had over the last 7 years with companies and running very successful SMS marketing campaigns with these companies, is mix it up. But don't go 33, 33, 33%, for each one of these 3 deals. Go, I would say BOGO, 75, 60%. And then, maybe price based on like a percentage, maybe make that 15%, maybe even 20%, this 5% is somewhere around there in terms of the mix of all of the messages that you're sending. Again, don't just all send BOGO deals unless that's the great thing about SMS marketing, as we'll learn in the future. You get really quick, instantaneous results from your SMS campaign. If you send a BOGO deal, it does really well, and you send another one, it does really well, and you keep sending BOGO deals every week and they do really well, who might argue with that? Just keep doing what you're doing. But if you keep sending BOGO deals and they keep kind of sliding off, what I would do is I would focus on adding in other pieces or other types of price-based offers. Okay, when to send. This is pretty easy. And I found this message on Twitter. Was woken up by a 7 a.m. marketing SMS message. No one again, text messages are one of those things. Unlike email. Email, you can send all night long and people check in the morning because that's where they're going to check it. People get woken up by text messages. As we'll see in the future, a couple more slides, the average open rate of a text message in terms of time is so quick. That means people react to text messages. So if you send a text message at 6 a.m. or even 7 a.m., you're going to wake people up. And waking customers up is never a good idea. So put this into your kind of brain bank when you're creating SMS messages, when you're scheduling them. Make sure you're scheduling them for certain parts of the day when they're not sleeping or they won't be interrupted. So there are some TCPA restrictions which help, because then at least you have some guidelines. The TCPA, which is a federal law, requires that you not send text messages to customers before 8 a.m. in their own time zone or after 9 p.m. in their time zone. Now, even if there wasn't TCPA restrictions, these are pretty good guidelines to follow to not anger your customers. All right, like I said before, text messages get opened fast. The reason they get opened fast is because they are intrusive into someone's life. They ding and people look. Now, how quickly do they look? 90% of all incoming SMS messages are read within 3 minutes. Let me say that again, because this blows my mind. 90% of all incoming SMS messages are read within 3 minutes. All of the messages you send, let's say you send 1 million messages to your customer. You have 1 million customers. You send 1 million messages out. 90% of those 1 million messages are going to be read within 3 minutes. That's why I was talking about the reaction time of SMS is so quick that you can gauge results so much quicker than like email. Because email, it's going to sit there for hours or even days before somebody even opens it. They might not even open it. The open rate of text messaging is 99%. 99% open rate coupled with 90% of all messages open within 3 minutes. And if you look at the chart, I love how this is not in hours or days or months. This is in minutes. So it looks pretty much, I don't have the statistics for the 6 and 9 and 12 and 15 and 8, but if that's 90%, we're talking about, I bet 99% of all text messages are open within 18 minutes. We're not talking days and months here. We're talking quick, actionable, things that are happening on the mobile phone. When you do plan to send out text message, when you are sending a text message, know this. There's a bunch of different reasons you want to know this. One, if you're having a dinner special, don't send it out at 7 a.m. Because they're going to open it right away and they're going to be like, well, dinner's 12 hours away. If you want to play the game of you really want to maximize kind of your effectiveness, that, let's just say 20, 30 minutes, all text messages are going to be opened within 30 minutes. You can now start saying, okay, I know that the average customer lives within half hour, drive of any location that I have for my business. Okay, so they're going to open in 30 minutes. There's a 30-minute drive. I want to give them 1 hour to make a decision because this is such a good deal. So I'm going to say, you have 2 hours because, the time to open it and then time to drive. You have 2 hours to redeem this deal and come into store because I know all the metrics now and I know everything that's happening in my customer's mind. And when they're opening text message, I can now optimize the text message promotion I'm sending them. And more importantly, when I'm actually sending it to them. This is another one. in terms of when. This is actually pretty funny. And I subscribe to a lot of SMS campaigns, and I start realizing that there's a thing called SMS marketing rush hour, which I've never heard before, but I experienced it at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. On the top of the hour, every brand sends their messages. They don't send it at 11:23, they send it at 11, or they send it at 12, they send it at 1. For some reason, these brands are very, very lazy, or they can only, maybe the SMS provider they're using can only schedule it on an hour. But this is what happens at 10 o'clock or on the top of the hour, no matter what time it is, because I subscribe to so many SMS campaigns, I'm getting multiple messages from multiple brands. This makes me not want to read all these messages because now I'm getting flooded with messages at the same time. I want my text message, my SMS promotion for my business to stand out. I don't want it to be lumped in, especially if I'm getting 90%, open rates. I don't want it to be lumped in with 3 other text messages all arriving at the same time. So my suggestion is send things on the half hour. Send things on the 15, the 28, the 22, the 15, the 14. Send it when nobody else is sending text messages, to your customer. This is interesting too. There was a study, and they found that when you sent a text message to your customers, whether it was the weekend or the weekday, it had a impact on the opt-out rate. What's interesting is they took retail and restaurants and they separated out and they put the statistics separately. What was interesting though is both restaurants and retail had higher opt-out rates when businesses sent the messages on the weekends. 8.5% and 4.7% compared to 1.8%. So when you send a text message, and again, this is that testing thing, it's great because if 90% of all your messages are being opened within 3 minutes, you're going to know really, really quickly if they're going to opt out, because most opt-outs happen when they open the message. So you're going to know really, really quickly within 30 minutes if people are opting out. And then you can say, oh, you know what? Weekends are not that good for me because I get, 8 times or 7 times the amount of opt-outs than I do on the weekdays. Therefore, I'm never going to do that again. Hopefully the statistic, you won't send messages on the weekends unless you need to for some reason. But very interesting statistics that they pulled from the study. Okay, now we're going back to the big subjects. Longer isn't better. I don't know what it is. I think a lot of SMS providers allow you to send long messages, and if you give somebody 10 feet of rope, they're going to take all 10 feet of rope. Text messages, I've never seen a text message that couldn't be like a text message that looks like the one on the left that was more than 160 characters, couldn't be reduced down to less than 160 characters or 160 characters without losing any of the information or the power of the text message. As you can see on the left, I just took everything, kind of condensed it, reworded it, and I put it into 160 characters. It looks sloppy on the left-hand side. It's 2 text messages. It's bothering your customer twice. It looks horrible. And also, you're not guaranteed that the first message comes first and the second message comes second because of the way text messaging works. Those text messages aren't coupled together. There's 2 random things flowing through, the ether, and they land on your phone, and hopefully they land 1-2, but I've seen it before where it lands 2-1. It's just not worth it. Don't do it if you don't need to do it. So focus on fitting your message in within 160 characters. If for some reason you have a message that you cannot fit in 160 characters, email me with that message and I'll figure it out for you. My email is, I'll show you guys at the very end, if you make it to the very end of this webinar. Okay, another big concept, who's there? I see this all of the time, is businesses won't tell you in the text message what their business name is. So I'm getting a text message from a phone number, like 12345, and it says, hey, come in today for free pizza, show this text message. And I'm sitting there going, which pizza place is this that I visit? You don't want customers having to think. You want customers having to act. So there's 2 different ways. One, the easy way is just put the business name right up front, Chipotle. And then you get it out of the way and you continue on with your promotion. More advanced way is put your business name in the message, incorporate it into the promotion. Save 50% off your next purchase at Chipotle. It sounds like, it really sounds like I shouldn't have to tell you guys this, but you would be so surprised at how many businesses and brands I get text messages from that just don't have their business name in there. So always look at each text message. There should be not one text message that you send that does not have your business name. Plus, just by having your business name, let's say they don't want, their next purchase, or they don't want to save 50%. Let's say they don't. Chipotle is great. I would want 50%. Let's say they don't want that. Because you're putting the business name in the text message, you are getting a brand impression, which increases brand awareness, which is good. If you're going to be paying for the text message and they're not going to redeem that one for some reason, you want to at least get something out of it, which is brand awareness. All right, let's talk about structuring the SMS message, because once you get your message under 60 characters, you send it at the right time, you time it correctly, all those things. I see so many brands that they get it right with coupons, they get it right with web ads, they get it right on the radio, but then when it comes to text messaging, they just lose everything they've ever been taught about marketing. The main key that you'll see the difference between these two messages here is that one starts with the promotion, what you're going to give the customer. The other one, which is the negative one, starts with the thing that you have to give the business as a customer. Think about all the ads that you see for McDonald's. They're all get a free milkshake, get 5 free burgers, get a free apple pie, get 10% off your next apple pie. Awesome! Like, I'm super excited because McDonald's is giving me something. And then in the little tiny writing, it says when you purchase one burger, when you buy one milkshake, when you purchase 5 burgers, when you purchase more than $10. Don't start, hey, a customer, when you purchase $10, the customer already turns off their head because they're going, wait, now I'm paying $10 and I don't even know what I'm getting yet. Like, it's not the way to structure coupons. And coupons are just like text message coupons. So don't change what you've learned in marketing. Again, the right version, receive a free soda today. Wow, a free soda, I'm hooked. Tell me more. When you show this text message with a person, whatever, I don't even care about that stuff. I get a free soda. I'm coming into your restaurant. That's how powerful, changing your text message. Make sure every text message always leads with the promotion. Okay, get me out of here. This is another big concept. If a customer doesn't want to receive your text messages, don't make it hard for them to opt out. They should, via the CTIA, which puts out, rules and regulations for text message marketing, a customer should be able to text stop and cancel, unsubscribe, or quit when they want to opt out. And when they do that, you better opt them out, because if you send text messages to people that have opted out, you're not only violating, federal law under the Telephone Consumer Protection Act, you're also violating the trust of the customer. By them opting out and you sending them messages, you've lost that trust with the customer. Okay, the CTIA, which is that group that puts out rules and regulations, says that recurring programs, which is sending messages to your customers on a frequent basis, must promote opt-out instructions at regular intervals in content or service messages, at least once per month. I 100% disagree with what they're saying here. Not that we shouldn't do this. We should do this all the time. Think about email marketing. Not every other email or once a month you see an unsubscribe link. No. In every single email you receive from a brand, you get an unsubscribe link. And customers are used to that, and they feel comfortable because they know at any time they can unsubscribe. Do that with your SMS marketing. At the bottom of every message, put to opt out apply stop, to opt out end, or whatever you want to phrase it as. Make sure the customer feels like they're not being trapped into messages, that they have a choice. Okay, let's talk about linking it up. It's another big topic here. 32% of brands use SMS marketing to drive website traffic. That was back kind of the marketing objectives. Okay, if you're going to drive traffic from text message marketing, you're going to put a link in your text message that will drive to an e-commerce store or something like that. there's a few things you need to do. Make sure to tell customers why they'd want to click on the link in the text message. I've seen this a million times. A business will send out a text message. It'll say, you know, we have the best suntan lotions, and we have great locations. And then it's just a link. And it doesn't say why you need to click on the link, what's going to happen when you click on the link, where the link is taking you. It's just a link. And the click-through rates on those links are horrible because no one is going to click on that link if they don't know what it's going to do. So tell the customer why they should click on that link. Make sure whenever you're linking to stuff, the thing that you're linking to is mobile optimized, which means it looks good on a mobile phone. If you have to pinch and squeeze your mobile phone to see what the heck you're looking at, don't link to that page, or don't even try to drive traffic to your website. Or maybe, which we've done for a few clients that maybe are working on their mobile website, it's not ready yet, make sure that the mention of the link doesn't actually link on the mobile phone. So, I'm just taking Walmart for example. Visit Walmart, online to see our specials or something like that. So people don't actually do it on their phone, they go to their computer and type it in. Kind of a trick of the trade, but I don't see that very much. But if you're going to do something, make sure it's mobile optimized. If you don't have a mobile optimized thing, do that kind of more advanced thing, or just don't do it at all. Okay, if you're going to use a link shortener, we recommend Bitly, bit.ly. The reason being is that mobile phones, even though they say they're smart mobile phones, a lot of them are pretty stupid mobile phones. That means that a lot of mobile phones, when you use a URL shortening, link like, I don't even know, like monkeybanana.lyzbbb or something like that, and there's crazy ones out there right now. If you use one of those, the phone doesn't know that that's a link. They just think you're typing in random things. Bitly is well known, so the phone knows that that's a link. If you use one of those other things, you're just going to get a string of text and the customer can't click on it. If the customer can't click on it, they can't visit your website. Therefore, the whole campaign is not worth even sending. So use Bitly. It makes things really simple. Or just use www.whateverit.com. That makes it too. But Bitly is nice because you can actually track, the amount of clicks. And measuring in an SMS campaign is key. Okay, another big concept. Can you hear me now? I love when businesses use phone numbers in their text messages. The customer's on their phone. Why not put a phone number in front of them that they could click to call? And all smartphones, you put a phone number in there, you click it, it calls. It's very cool. I recommend a service like Log My Calls. You can use any service. I like these guys. They're nice guys, and they have a great product. What they do is they give you a phone number, and then with that phone number, it redirects to your regular lines or whatever. It tracks all of the phone calls. So now you can say I sent out 1 million text messages, and because of Log My Calls, I know that I got 100,000 phone calls. And what's great is Log My Calls does way more analytics. They tell you how long the average call was, the sentiment of the call. They tell you all this crazy stuff. It is a really cool service. So if you're looking to drive traffic to a phone call, sign up for Log My Calls, put one of those phone numbers in a text message, you'll get great results. Personalization, another big topic. E-tailing Group and MyBuys found that 46% of consumers, that's almost 50%, would be more likely to buy from retailers who personalize their experience with that brand. 46%. So 46% of your customers want that, I would do it. 66% of consumers expected a more personalized experience if they were part of a loyalty program. SMS marketing is a loyalty program. So they expect, 66% expect a more personalized experience. Put their name in there. Put their location in there. Say, if you come to the nearest location, which is this, or, the name is really the best one. It's like, Joe, this message is just for you. That makes customers so happy, because they 66% just expect it. Okay, another big topic, expiration date. Do not forget an expiration date. Hopefully you're not forgetting anything else and you're not just putting the expiration date, but when you have a great promotion, make sure there's an expiration date. Why? It encourages customers to take action. If a text message, they're going to get text messages from their friends and other brands for the next couple hours or days. You want to make sure that they know that the promotion is going to end at some time. They have to take action. Don't put the expiration date out 30 days though, because they're going to open it within 3 minutes. Do it 1 day, 2 day expiration, maybe even a couple hours. I don't know. Kind of mix it up, see what works for you, but always put a timeline for redemption in there. Okay, just like I said, a timeline for redemption, which is an expiration date. Also put the redemption instructions. SMS marketing is still brand new to customers. They look and they go, free widget with every purchase of $50 or greater at Steve's store. And then it says expiration 4/17. I'm not reading that, the show this text to redeem, because I'm proving a point here. When a customer looks at that, I know you're a marketer, you understand, you're like, well, I'm pretty sure I go to Steve's store and I'm guessing I show this text message. You're smarter than 99% of the people I talk to on a daily basis, because most people that I talk to, consumers, they would go, what the heck am I supposed to do with this message? You have to instruct the customer what to do to redeem the promotion. That's critical. This one must show this text to redeem. Oh, I show this text message. Okay, great. You can even go in text. Must show text in store to cashier to redeem. If you have the space, do it, because customers will be very, very confused if you do not really walk them through the steps of redemption. If you have a website there, say click here to redeem. If you have a phone number, don't just put the phone number, say call this phone number and ask them about this deal. Make it very clear on how to redeem a promotion. Okay, that's it. I try to keep it as simple and quick as possible. I know we covered a lot of different things, but a lot of them are basic. You already do them with every other kind of marketing. Just make sure you do them with SMS marketing. Again, my name is Derek Johnson. I'm the CEO and founder of Tatango.com. I've done this for 7 years. I love helping businesses run SMS marketing campaigns. If you have a question, comment, you want more statistics, you just want to talk about SMS marketing, email me, Derek, D-E-R-E-K, at Tatango.com. You can follow me on Twitter at the Derek Johnson. Again, Derek Johnson from Tatango.com. And I look forward to talking with you guys, and hopefully every message that you send is even more successful than the last message you sent.